Steve from Perkins Aquatics, and thanks for joining me on another video. Today is more of an update video. Some of you know I've been gone about a month or so, and I haven't done too many shorts or videos at all for that matter. I've had a lot of things going on with my animals that needed taken care of, which some of it I did document, and I'm working on making videos on those. But in the meantime, I'm gonna catch you guys up and let you guys know what's going on in my tanks, the reptile room, and everything else. So thanks for tuning in, and let's get started. Overall, my cichlid corner project is turning out great, but I have had a few issues along the way. Unfortunately, some of my problems have been user error. Here in my 55-gallon Lake Victoria and Buna setup, about a month ago I was doing a water change, and unfortunately when I reset everything back up, I didn't start my filter again, and the tank set for 18 hours, and all of my bacteria in my filter died. Luckily for me, there was enough beneficial bacteria in the tank to allow me to do a water change before any real harm was done to these guys. But of course, when it rains, it pours in the fish room. So I was trying to take initiative and be on top of things. So after putting together my 407, I decided to do a deep clean on this FX6 on this 125. Arguably, I broke the most essential piece on an FX6, the propeller unit. And because there's nowhere to get a propeller unit on 1 hour notice in a small town like mine, you know I had to spend top dollar at the big brand store to keep these guys running for 3 days. So it put me back around $350 right there. All in all, I'm overall pleased with everything that I purchased and the learning experience that I had. You see here that the beneficial bacteria has built up when this Fluval 407 was not turned on by me. But I needed to get the 407 on the big tank, so I had two large canister filters running simultaneously. And unfortunately, through the process of this filter turning off and uncycling this tank, I developed ick, and I had to deal with that. That's nothing new in fish keeping, and I was able to clear that up in 4 or 5 days. But right when I was about to start filming again, I noticed some little weird poops. This guy here, my favorite, the redfin boreli, one of my favorites, was a little emancipated. This tank especially, these guys were scratching endlessly, and there was no signs of it. And coincidentally enough, I did go out of my norms, my usual precautions on quarantines, as well as separate buckets and things like that. So I'm really not surprised that the end result was both tanks had something going on with them, and I ended up having to buy a big bucket of ICX as well as a big thing of Prazi Pro. And I've since dosed my tanks, and this tank is actually dosed day 2 Prazi Pro as we speak. As you guys can see, these guys have been following me around here, and they're fully mobile and hungry and active, and although a little emancipated, probably from flatworms or flukes or something like that, they're on the right path, and I'm really excited. Once that they're all cleared up, I can get some really good content for you guys. Unfortunately, the reptile room has had its ups and downs as well, but let's start with the good. This is my male albino leopard gecko. He's about maybe 13, 14 months old or so. He was a little small when I got him, so I'm been beefing him up. He'll be probably full size here in 4 or 5 months. Here's another male regular pattern leopard gecko. He's in the middle of a shed. He's about 10 months old. These guys have been doing really well. He's about to crunch on a little mealworm here. He didn't want to come out behind his hide, but I was very convincing. As you guys can see, these guys have been doing really well. Their hides using the slate rock wall has been really efficient. I even throw in some driftwood and things of that nature. So for the last part of this video, I'm going to be talking about the crocodile skink enclosure and everything that had to do with that since the last time I saw you guys. So I did post a couple shorts about 6 weeks ago with crocodile skink in a new paludarium. That crocodile skink was from an expo here in Pennsylvania, northeast Pennsylvania, about 2 hours from here or so. Anyways, that crocodile skink, once arriving, never ate and never pooped. I did supplement it with reptile powder and did get a poop the day before it passed away, but I believe it was sick. You guys know crocodile skinks are very susceptible to diseases, and there's a 50% chance of any crocodile skink you touch came from the wild. Especially with the birth rate, I believe they have to be quite old for the females to lay one single egg. Anyway, so I had to completely destroy that paludarium, and I'll show a video clip here. Here's that first paludarium I mentioned before. I was really proud of this, and unfortunately this girl here, I couldn't get to eat. It was a great learning experience. Here's the unboxing of the 2 crocodile skinks that I ordered for a video that I started, but because of the interaction I had with the company and the experience I had with the animals, I decided that I'm not going to be releasing that anytime soon. So the experience basically goes as follows. After purchasing these guys, I basically had no contact with the company afterwards. So you guys see here, I was quite eager and almost a little too aggressive in getting them out of their containers and into the rightly humidified and temperatured terrarium. These guys came in around 47 degrees, which is incredibly low. The female from the door was very non-responsive, very sluggish. Only got 1 poop from her in this entire experience. You see her, she's the bigger one on the bottom there. And unfortunately, even though that I contacted the company and let them know that I'm not going to be leaving a poor review and I wasn't looking for any money back, and I was really just trying to save her life, and I just want to know, was she wild, and did I need to treat her for parasites and things of that nature? But it just did not work out, and unfortunately she died last week. But the good news is I redid another paludarium, or vivarium I mean. I know, it's crazy. I spent countless money. You see, this time I've completely given up on the bioactive right now. There's some live plants in here, about 6 or 7 of them, but the majority of this is fake plants, and the reason for that is that I've had to redo this so many times. But this guy has been doing really well. I've been getting a lot of poops from him. I haven't got a lot of sightings, but he's very skittish, but the experience overall with him has been great. Here at Park Bench Aquatics, I've been dealing with a lot of unfortunate circumstances recently, but all of them have been learning experiences, and I assure you that I would never put any animals in harm's way just for some experiment or anything like that. I take this very seriously. I was very hard on myself. I was much harder on the losing of the animals than I was the financial loss that came with it. I really appreciate everybody who's joined my channel. Over 200 subscribers. I can't believe in just over 3 months. I really appreciate the support. And I'm continue to crank out videos for you guys of all the exotic animals and creatures that I encounter in my journey. As I mentioned before, if you guys like any of the fish you see in my videos, then please don't hesitate to visit my good friends at www.ronsiglitz.com and use my checkout code ParkBenchAquatics5, PBAquatics5. And as I mentioned before, I don't make anything from this. I acquired this checkout code through my dedication of Ron's and my belief that they are the best African cichlid dealer in the continental United States. And I just want everybody to have that opportunity, and I was able to acquire that checkout code for you guys. I don't get anything for it. Well, I really appreciate everybody's watching my video, and I really can't wait to see you guys next time.